Hello, my name is Julie and this is KS Mom Crochets, and today is Crochet Podcast number 63. So hopefully I don't sound kind of weird. I feel like that I do because my allergies are acting up so crazy. So I'm hoping that I can make it through this video. So I don't really have a ton of finished objects. I've only finished 2 things. But I thought that since I didn't make a podcast last week, that I would go ahead and make it and just show you what I have managed to get done. So the first thing that I got done is a motif from this book right here, 50 Pineapple Crochet Motifs by Jean Leinhauser and Ferosa Harold. And this is a leisure arts book that I was gifted. And I made the moth out of this, and this is what it looks like. So I haven't cut out my construction paper because I am going to put black construction paper in it, but like I said before about the last one that I made, I wanted to go ahead and put it in the frame to see if it fit, for one, and to also keep it safe and clean, you know. I still haven't blocked it either. But this one was a lot of fun to make. Like, I really had a lot of fun making this, and I think it turned out really super cute. So I used a 3mm hook on this, and I used that lace yarn that I got from New Craft Day. And then this middle part, the white part for the actual moth body, is in ecru, and it's a Mary Maxim bedspread cotton that I have on a cone. And I think that it turned out super cute, and I just love it. I made this for my other sister, so I'm hoping that she will like it too. But like I said, I still have to add that black background to that, and also block it. It needs blocked. And I haven't blocked the other one either, so yeah. I was trying to see. Yeah. Okay, oh, and that frame is a 4x6 frame that I got from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so the next thing that I finished is I started a project out of the Crochet Creatures of Myths and Legends by Megan Lapp, and I made the, well, okay, so there's 3 different ones. There's a unicorn, an alicorn, and a pegasus, and they're basically the same pattern. Like, their bodies are completely the same. For the alicorn, you add a horn and wings. And for the Pegasus, you don't have a horn and you add wings. And then for the unicorn, obviously you have a horn. So like I said, it's all the same pattern, but they have 3 different names. And I was trying to find it here because, well, I'll just show you the Pegasus. So this is what the Pegasus looks like. And I think that it's really cute. So I wanted to give it a try, and I wanted to try out this lady's patterns because I had never made them before, and her patterns are gorgeous, and I want to work my way up from her smaller patterns that she has in this book to her huge patterns that she has, like her more complicated patterns. I really want to make them in the future. But here is my project that I made, and I don't really know what to call this because I made a horn. I took white yarn and metallic number 10 crochet thread and gold, and I mixed it together, and I was going to give it a horn, but I don't really like how the horn looks. I don't really like the horn, so I think I'm just going to make it a horse. I think it's just going to be a horse. I may end up going back and making it the Pegasus, because the only thing that I need to do to make it, you know, the actual pattern from the book is to give it the wings. And I might end up going back and giving it the wings. So I use a 3.75mm hook on this, and I use Big Twist in the color white. And then for the curly cues, like the mane and the tail, and then the tips of the feet here, I used Red Heart Super Saver stripes in the color Retro Stripe. And I did color control a little bit because the way that the stripes are in that yarn, they have really long stripes. So I had 3 feet and an arm. I had 2 feet and an arm in the green with the green hoof. And then whenever I started doing the fourth part here, the color started changing. So I thought that would look funny. So I did make sure that they were all green. And the way that her legs are made, I have done patterns like this where the legs are sewed onto the side, but I kind of struggle with that a little bit. But I think I did okay on it. I mean, they're not perfectly straight or anything, but all of her patterns that I have noticed of these smaller, what is she? I can't remember what she calls these. Cute critters is what she calls them. They all have their legs on the side of their body for the most part that I've noticed. And another thing is I really liked how she made her mane. She made it to where instead of doing each one of these separate, it's actually all connected. So all you have to do is sew on the part that you crochet from. You can't really see it like that. And so you just have to sew that on instead of sewing each individual strand on. So that was really neat how she did that. I do feel like its tail is really super long. And that's the only downfall that I could say about this book, is that she has tons of pictures, like absolutely tons of pictures, and they're great pictures, don't get me wrong, but there's no like back. Like you can't see the back. And I have noticed that about a lot of amigurumi books, is that they only show you the front or from the side and they don't show you the back. So I kind of wish that I knew if I did the tail wrong or something, you know, or if that's what hers looks like too, because it's kind of hard to tell from these pictures here. And then where the body is done in white and the ears and stuff, it's kind of hard to see a little bit for me, but that could just be me with my eyes because the body and the pieces are done in white, so it kind of blends together a little bit. But as far as directions go, she is amazing. Like I said, she has tons and tons and tons of pictures. So, I mean, obviously I figured it out. I do feel like that these are, even though they're small, the way you have to sew on some of the pieces, like the legs for instance, I don't feel like this is really a beginner book at all. Like I feel like you need some sort of experience with amigurumi to use this book. But like I said, she's absolutely amazing at what she does, and I love all of the patterns in here. Like I think I would make every single pattern. I'm just very intimidated by her like her bigger projects like that one. I'm intimidated by that. Especially looking at the pictures with all the wires poking out of their parts and stuff. It's very intimidating. And the eyes, that's another thing that I like about her patterns, is that this is such a small amigurumi that if I was picking the sized eyes for this particular head, I would have never picked a eye that big. But it's so cute with huge eyes. Like these are, I think, 18mm eyes. I gave it silver glitter eyes. But these are 18mm eyes on this little tiny head. And it's like, how did you think to do that, you know? Because I probably would have used like no bigger than a 12, you know? But I really do like how she gives them those big ginormous eyes. So that's just a little, a little tiny bit of what my thoughts are for this book. I did notice in her instructions she slip stitches after every row, and I don't do that. Like I just keep going. That's one thing that I did notice, but I just ignore it and just do it how I always do. I don't know. I don't feel like it makes a difference if you slip stitch or not, except for sometimes when you slip stitch it leaves like a seam or something. So I don't really do that. But so far so good. I understood the patterns. She does an excellent job on writing her patterns. They're written a little different than what I'm used to. Instead of like, you know, 12, 18, 24, you know, to get your increases and then you just decrease, you know. They're a little bit more intricate as far as how she shapes things, but it's very interesting. And I enjoyed working on that a lot. I really did. So that is my horse, I guess, until I decide whether or not I want to give it wings. That's the only things that I finished. Now, I did start a new project because I got a new book. And I kind of gave you all a glimpse of this in my crochet craft cart tag video that I did. And this is the Alexandra's Garden Flowers by Carrie Lord. And I have been wanting this book for a year. Like, I'm not even joking. I seen her post because I follow her on Instagram and I follow her on YouTube. And I had been seeing these flower, I call them flower monsters because that's what I thought they were. But I kept seeing these flower monsters everywhere. And I was like, I want to make that. I want to make that so bad. And I had commented on one of her videos a long time ago and asked her, how do you get these patterns? And she said that she was making a book. So I've been waiting on this book for months, like 6 months to come out. And I had been seeing them for at least a year because she would sell them as kits. And if you don't know, Carrie Lord is in the UK. And her business is in the UK, so it's very expensive to ship things to the US. So I haven't never ordered from her because I can't afford the shipping. The shipping's very expensive. This book is not available in the US yet, and I don't know why, because it's available everywhere else except for the US. I have seen it on Amazon, and I will link it below, but it's not sold through Amazon. It's sold through someone else. And I found my copy on eBay. They said that it was a used copy, even though this book was just released in May, I think. But the only thing that I can see is that it has like tape there, and then it has a sticker on the back. So I mean, everything else, and it's got a little bit of a bend right there, but everything else is fine. So I did get it about $10 cheaper because I've seen it $30 everywhere, and I think I only paid like $20 for it. So I was very, very excited about that. And I will show you some of the patterns after I show you what I started. So what did I start? I started the rose out of here. And I wanted to make, I'm going to show you the pink one because you can see it better. But I wanted to make some of the other ones first, but I didn't have any yellow in a lighter weight yarn. And in the beginning of the book, she says that if you use worsted weight yarn, that it might be too heavy and its head might not stand up. So I wanted to use a sport weight or a DK weight. And she also recommends acrylic instead of cotton. And I don't have a lot of colors in that Brava Sport that I like to use. So I had to go with what colors that I had. And I just happened to have a green and a red. And this, I Love This Yarn Sport from Hobby Lobby. And I'm using just green and red from that to make this rose. And this is what I have done so far. So I have its head started and its body started, and that's it. But I think it's going to be really cute. The only thing that Carrie Lord does, these books are in UK terms, or this one is in UK terms. And the only thing that she does that I do different as far as the way that her animals are made is I leave the neck open wider, because she closes the neck, she closes the neck up on her animals to about 9 stitches, and I just think that's too small. I leave mine open 15, so I just figure out how to like increase it back up, you know, and adjust the pattern to make it to where the neck is open a little bit more. Most of her pattern books that I have, the head and the body are separate pieces, but on this one, the heads and the bodies are attached. So that is very nice. I really, really love that. Now, I did see Cassandra over at Craftably Ever After had got this book too, and she made one of these, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I was literally drooling over that. But she was talking about the pictures, and that is one thing. Another thing about Carrie Lord is she doesn't have a lot of, she has beautiful pictures. Like, that's a gorgeous picture right there. But as far as like pictures of it. Those are the 2 pictures that you get for the rose. So she does have instructions in the back, like about assembling and stuff like that, but I feel like they're more generic directions instead of for each individual pattern. But the good thing about her is she does have YouTube tutorials on how to do certain things with her amigurumis. So I will have her YouTube channel linked below in case you want to check it out, because she does show a little bit more detail on some of her patterns, and that is very helpful too if you have a question. Now for me, she does have like different, what is it, flower pots. She uses flower pots on the patterns to tell you what level. Like that one's a level 1. So this guy right here is a level 1. And so the number of leaves or like petals in the flower pot are how hard the pattern is. But I don't know. I think some of these patterns would be beginner, but there's a lot of pieces on these, so I'm not really sure. But she does have some really pretty patterns. I will show you the ones that I have marked. So the ones in purple are the ones that I want to do right away. The ones in pink are the ones that I would like to do later. And then this blue one is one of my daughter's favorites. Shaylee's favorite. So I'll show you that one first. This is the one that she said was her favorite, and it's a crocus. I don't know how you say that. C-R-O-C-U-S. She really likes that one, but she likes it in the purple. She said that one was her favorite. Mine is the primrose. There are 30 different flowers in this, so I'm not going to show you all of them. Here's the daffodil. I'm pretty sure that's the one that Cassandra did. And then another one of my favorites is this one right here. And this is actually my favorite flower because my grandmother had these growing outside of her front door. And that's just one of my best memories growing up, was seeing these flowers in the summertime. And I'm pretty sure this is the right flower anyway. It looks like it. It's called an Astromeria, or also called a Peruvian lily. Sorry. I just think that is so pretty, and I love it in this pink. So she does show you different color options too, which is awesome, because as you know, certain flowers come in different colors. And then I've already showed you the rose. I forgot to say that I'm using a 3mm hook with this on this sport weight yarn. And then the last one, that is one, no, there's 2 more that I want to do right away. The sunflower. I love sunflowers. I just think they are so happy. They're just a happy flower. they just make me happy. I just love that. I love that one a lot. And then the last one is the dahlia. I guess that's how you say it. And that is what it looks like in white. But I really like it in this pink. And I do have a color that looks similar to that, so I may end up doing that one too. I'm trying not to buy any yarn, just to be honest. I don't know how much longer I can hold out, because there's a lot of these flowers that I want to make, and I really need some different shades of colors in that Brava Sport, which I'm sure you can make these in worsted weight. I may end up trying one just because I have more colors readily available to me in worsted weight. Just to see how that it works out, because I think it would be fine. That one is called a tulip. I love tulips too. I have some that grow beside of my mailbox, and I always know that spring is here whenever I see the tulips growing. So there's some different colors of that one. And then the next one is the lily, which is similar to the other one that I showed you. I really like it too. Lilies are really pretty. There's one of it in the vase with the flowers. The pictures are gorgeous. And I do know, because like I said, I follow her on Instagram. And she talked about how she grew the flowers as she was making these. And that's why it took her so long to make the book because she wanted to take pictures of the creations that she made with the actual flowers that she grew. So that's pretty cool. This one is a peony. I hope I'm saying these right. It has different arms, as you can tell. Most of another thing different about this book is the head and the body patterns aren't in each pattern. Like in her other books, like her Edward's Menagerie, the body and everything is at the beginning of the book, and then the rest of your patterns are throughout the book. And in this one, each pattern is together. So even if they're the same body wise, this one's arms are a little bit different, but the body and the legs looks the same as the other ones. It is all together. So that was nice too. Let's see. And then we have the clematis. That word right there. We have that one. That's cute too. I like that one a lot. Here's another picture of it. Isn't that adorable? I just love the pictures in this. I could sit and look at this all day long. And then we have the poppy. I don't really like it in the white, but I love it in the red. Right there. That would be really cute to make. And then the last one that I'm going to show you in this book is the Gerbera. And like I said, these are my favorites out of the whole book. And there are more in here. Some of them are a little weird. Like this one right here. I can't even say the name of that flower. But it looks kind of funny. So I don't know if I would ever make them. But there are tons of these that I would make. Here are some more on the back. And I love this book so much, and I'm really happy that I was able to get it. I don't know when it will be released in the US though, so I thought that was really weird that it hasn't came out in the US. And then the last thing that I'm going to show you, this is a little mixed up this time, is my husband's blanket. I was trying to find it in my little book here, but I don't see it. So hopefully I can just figure out what I'm using. So I have made quite a bit of progress on this. I haven't worked on it in a few days, but this is something that I have been trying to work on continuously. I'm using the Premier Anti-Pilling yarn with a 6mm hook. This color is called Steel, so I'm using the color Steel, the color Mist. So there's actually two different grays, a dark and a light gray. And then the blue is called Indigo. So those are the colors that I'm using, like I said, with a 6mm hook. And I am just doing the waffle stitch. I got my stitch pattern out of a book, but you can totally just find a tutorial or written instructions online. I mean, this is very easy to find. But I really do love how these colors are coming out. And the stitch definition of this blanket, it's going to be huge though. It's going to be really big. And it's going to be real heavy too. But he said that he was fine with that he liked it a lot. So I was like, it's going to definitely keep you warm, because it's probably going to be winter time before I get this thing done. But I think that it's really pretty. I really like how the colors are working up together. So my plan is, and hopefully this works out, is to do the blue, the dark gray, the blue, the light gray, the blue, and then repeat, you know, like that. Because I have 8 of these blue, I have 4 of this gray, and 4 of this gray. And hopefully that will be big enough. And if not, then I will just have to figure it out, I guess. But I really like it. It's easy stitch. It's a 4-row repeat, but you're pretty much basically doing the same thing if you're not familiar with the waffle stitch. It's very easy to do, but it is a yarn eater, and it's very slow progress because I'm using one whole skein for each section, and there's 203 yards in this, and it's not grew very much. I'm hoping that the heavier that it gets, the more that it will relax and kind of stretch out a little bit, and then also when I wash it, it will relax too and not be so like tight. I probably should have went up a hook size, and I thought about ripping it out and redoing it and going up a hook size, but then I changed my mind. I was like, I'm not even going to do that. I had already put too much work into it, so it'll be fine. And that's all of my works in progress and finished objects. I did make one more purchase. Actually, I have a little bit of a Dollar Tree haul, as long as this video doesn't get too awful long. And then I wanted to show a leaflet that I got. So I was gifted a Barbie doll pattern book, and it was called Crochet Fashion Doll Clothes Book 2. And I was like, there's another one of these books. So I hunted it down on eBay and bought it. So I got the first one, which is Crocheted Fashion Doll Clothes Book 1, to go with the Book 2 that I was gifted. And these are the Barbie clothes that are included. And I don't know when I'll work out of this one or anything, but I had to have it, you know. Sometimes you just have to have a set, and I didn't even know this existed, so it was just something that I had to have. And this was copyright 1983. And these all use, they use baby yarn or sport weight yarn. So I'm really excited just to have the first one. Like I said, that was just something that I had to have. And then I also made an order from no catchy name, Ella. Her sister Hattie has a Etsy shop called Made by Hattie. In case you haven't seen it, it's going all over the YouTube streets right now. Everybody's buying her stickers. But I had gone on Etsy and I seen that she had a new sticker in her shop, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta have it. I gotta have this sticker. And it says, it's a beautiful day to crochet. And if you don't know who says that all the time, then I don't know where you been. But just in case you don't, this is the catchphrase of Llama Mama Kayla. And when I seen that sticker, I was like, I've got to have that. So I did get 2 of them. I'm going to put one of them on my cart, and I'm going to put the other one on my crochet journal. And yeah, like I said, I just had to have that sticker. And these stickers are really nice. Like they're supposed to be waterproof. They're very thick, and they just don't feel like a normal sticker. They're really, really nice. So if you haven't ordered from her and you like stickers, she has some really nice ones for a really good price. And I love the ones that I have got, and I know that I will love them too. But like I said, I just had to have that. And then I did go to the Dollar Tree today. K and K Crochet, and Kristen, Lord, I'll get it out eventually. She told me that they had metal rings at the Dollar Tree, and I was like, I've got to go look, which I had planned on going anyway, but these are the rings that I put my doilies on. And for $1.25 for 3 different sizes of rings, that's a good deal. So they're similar to the one that I made this one on. They're a little bit different, but they will work really well. So if you're in the market for some rings, it says brass wreath rings, but if you like that and you would like to do something like that, or just make a wreath out of it too, they do have these at the Dollar Tree. And like I said, I was very happy to find them. I do have quite a few rings already, but I feel like you can't never have too many. And I'm not sure if I have this size. I mean, this is a pretty good size. This would make a really big one, and I want to make a really big one. And then I apologize For the crinkle, I'm going to try not to edit this video if I can get away with it very much. But I got a few things from the Dollar Tree that I thought were cool, and I thought that I would share with you. So they have these fastener dots, and they're like Velcro type things, closures, and I thought that these would work good on doll dresses. So I think I'm going to try that, maybe hot glue them on, because most of the, like, nobody plays with these doll dresses that I make. Maybe later on, if my niece grows up a little bit and I give her some doll dresses, I would pick something different, but just for me, I think these would work to hold the backs of the doll dresses on. So I'm going to give those a try and see if those work. I also found this. I'm pretty sure, is it Terry? Was it Terry at Yarn Joy Podcast that had this? I can't remember. But I'm going to put a magnet on the back of this, and I'm going to stick this on my cart. It's a little pin cushion. An embroidery needle bundle, it says. So it actually has a wrist strap, I think. But I'm pretty sure she put a magnet on the back of hers and stuck it on her cart. So I seen that and I picked it up. And then I also found these, and I'm pretty sure Terry has these as well. And they are magnetic tins. And I'm going to put, they have a magnet on them already, but I'm pretty sure she said the magnet wasn't strong enough. But I can't remember. But I'm going to try these out and see if they work on my cart as well. But I think that these are really cool too. So like if I wanted to have a couple extra pairs of safety eyes next to me, I think that would work good for that too. But you get two for $1.25, so that's a really good deal as well. I also found two more of those picture frames that I like so much, because now that I have these motifs sitting on my coffee table waiting to be gifted, it's like I need to make more for myself so that I can have some displayed too. So I got two more frames so that I could do that. And then I also bought this in my crochet craft cart tag video that I did. I showed a teddy bear that I made that holds my hooks. It holds my hooks and stuff, and I have one of these in it to give it more stability. And so I got another one because I would like to make another one. I would like to have one in here that held pins and stuff. So I think I'm going to try to make another one of those teddy bear holders eventually as well. So I did pick that up just in case. I also found this lace thread. I'm pretty sure Caroline from the For the Love of Crochet showed this. Not thread, lace ribbon. And I thought that I could use this for my amigurumi or my doll dresses too. And if you don't know Caroline, she does Dollar Tree hauls all the time, and they're so much fun to watch for different things that you can use on your amigurumi. She calls it your amigurumi toolbox. And this is another thing that she showed that I seen. And I only seen one of these, and it wasn't even where it was supposed to be. So I was like, I've got to get that. So I did get this, and this is a eye brush set with case. So it has a little case, and then it has a little eye brushes for makeup. But you can use them to put blush in your ears of your animals or whatever. And I'm not really good at that, and I would like to practice. So I thought that I would get this so that I can try to do stuff like that too. And then I think that's it, because the only thing else in that bag is cough drops, because like I said, I'm having some issues here. So looking around, yeah, that's all that I have for you all. I hope that you all enjoyed hanging out with me, and until next time, I will see you in another video. Bye.